So I'm in the virtual program mainly due to work. My life was school and then work. I didn't have time for anything else. So this kind of gave me an opportunity to work through the day, get off kind of early, and still have time to hang out with my friends and do, normal things.
I took this route because I feel like it spoke to me more than the traditional route than going into school and sitting in a desk for 8 hours. The fact that I can just do things at my own pace, that I don't have like a in-person teacher breathing down my neck, that's the best. Being able to keep my time management and know what I need to be spending more time on.
I think the reason I decided to do the virtual program instead of the traditional route was mainly because of influences. There are many people in more big environment schools or in-person schools that it can get really hectic, things such as peer pressure, bullying, bad influences.
I like the freedom, so I'm not pressured to have a schedule. If I get behind, I don't have pressure to be at school and have double the work.
When I'm in school, I find it really hard to stay focused for such a long time. And my third, fourth period in the past has tended to be my worst grades because I'm just ready to get out. So if they're helpful for me being, I can work as long as I want to until I start to kind of get unfocused. I can go take a break and then I can lock back in later in the day or 30 minutes, whatever.
I think the program definitely helped me more with my grades and studies. As when I was in public school, where it was the opposite for me, where I was more distracted at school, because I was one of those people who would rather stay inside.
It's so much less stressful, and it's so much less of a busy environment. You can go wherever you want, wherever you feel the most calm. You don't have to be at school with a bunch of other kids. I feel like you can focus more. And I also, maybe me personally, but when you're forced to have to figure out things by yourself and not have people to rely on, you retain information more.
With my usual day in virtual program, I usually always just like to follow the schedule set out or plan based on the due dates. So whichever stuff I have to complete that day, I like to do it that certain day. That way I can keep it like a normal class routine while still being able to be in the comfort of my own home.
You can do it wherever you want to do it, whenever you want to do it, as much as you want to do in that day, without having someone constantly on your back about it. Being able to take it with me, travel around. If I want to go somewhere, I don't have to wait till breaks, till school goes on breaks. I can go, just take my computer with me and then do it whenever I want.
I have way more time. When I had a busy schedule of going to school and then cross country and dance, it was just way too much. So having to have freedom during the day, getting my school done in the morning, having the rest of the day to get anything done, it's so much better. I can choose what classes I want to do what day. I can choose what time. I'm not pressured to do work at a certain in a classroom with a certain time period, and I can do assignments by day because everything's bi-weekly. I can do things on my own time.
I've been in school buildings my whole life, so I wasn't really sure how I was going to handle not being able to see everybody, but honestly, I see them probably more now than I did then. For me personally, I have enjoyed it more than school. I still get to see all my friends, so it's not like I'm missing out on that. But
now that I'm online, I don't have that expectation to kind of mold myself into whatever I need to be to fit into certain groups or certain cliques. The teachers don't make us show up to Zoom meetings. They have my class overview where I have all my classes and then my counselor kind of folders, and then you log into one of them, and then they have miniature folders of all the lessons that you need to do. And they have some lessons that are on your to-do list where it's you need to at least look over this by today or by tomorrow, whatever.
You have all the information, everything right there in your hands. You can work at your own pace on that. And if I'm having any trouble, the teachers have a set time throughout the days where I can contact them. I can set up a meeting with them out through the weekends if I have any questions. They respond to emails very quickly. Just the work itself, you just kind of log in. Everything's right there for you. Yeah, the website's very easy to navigate around. There's not too many links you have to click on or too many pages you have to go through. It's very organized. It gives you all the work for the year that you can work ahead as you want, just because of some family stuff, and I wasn't really able to complete my work. So I logged in, I got accounted for that day. When I was free, I made up all that work. I just went to my to-do list that told me everything that I had gotten behind on that I needed to do, and then what I needed to do for that day, and I just did it all. And it caught me right back up. The next day, the grades were put in, and my grades were back normal.
Even though the stuff is self-paced and more like you do it alone, you still are able to ask the teachers for help, and they specifically set up times that you're able to meet them and understand the material better. If they're on the fence of going to virtual school, I would probably ask them to consider these main things. Do you have the self-control to complete the assignments? Do you know that it's okay to ask help if you're struggling with an assignment? And 3, do you know that you're not going to be distracted by the things around you?
If personally, I believe if I stayed in person, I would not be where I am right now.
I don't regret it at all. All the things I was worried about, none of them happened.
I would tell them that I can still incorporate everything from Science Hill, so football games to prom, homecoming. I can still have friends, still do sports, but I don't have, again, the pressure of actually going to school. And it's just, it's nice.